Finally, the time has come for England to lay it all on the line against Argentina in both sides' first game of the Rugby World Cup 2023. England coming off the back of an awful preparation, in all honesty, losing to Wales and Fiji. The Fijian game especially, a game they should be winning. Taking on a strong Los Pumas side who have competed hard in the Rugby Championship. It's going to be one hell of a game, and I really hope England turn up. But I think a lot of the England fans will join me in saying it's a nervous wait, as we're really not sure what England to expect. You've got the England which kick an awful lot, and look, it could be another bad day out, or it could be a slight turnaround. There's always the question mark of over. It's the Rugby World Cup. Will teams turn it around? Will they just suddenly turn up? That's what we have to hope for. But I'm just going to run through the teams before the big game on Saturday evening. So, a couple notable inclusions or exclusions on behalf of England. Dan Cole in the number 3 tight head jersey over Will Stewart and Carl Sinclair. I'd have to think that's an injury concern potentially, but I'm definitely surprised that Dan Cole gets the start over Will Stewart. The old veteran is a good scrummager, but I'd say that's good level of scrummaging is potentially capped and limited to sort of club level. I don't see him as an international level tight head. Good strong second rows for England with Itoje and Chesham taking on Alemano and Lavanini. Lavanini was he played a massive role when England beat Argentina in the last World Cup, as he got red carded for his tackle on Owen Farrell. Lavanini's discipline will have to hold up this time. Into the back rows, Courtney Lawes, Tom Curry and Ben Earl. I really like this balance of back row. I like the fact that Tom Curry's coming in. That's really important for England. He's a real big ball carrier and one that England will turn to. A really good back row battle with Matera, Kremer and Gonzalez. If I had to pick one back row, I'd definitely go with the Argentinian one. A lot more power, size and grit in that back row. So look, the Argentinians will really take it to England physically, and I'd almost edge towards Argentina being the more physical side. Into the back line, Mitchell gets a start. Now, Mitchell was a player that, as of a few weeks back, wasn't even in the World Cup squad. So he's surpassed Ben Youngs, he's surpassed Danny Care to get the shot at the 9 jersey, which personally as an England fan I'm really happy about, because it means faster ball, more attacking rugby, and sort of let's go score some tries type attitude. He partners George Ford. Now, I'd preferred to see Marcus Smith start. I believe he adds a little bit more zip, a little bit more energy, and England's main problem has been scoring tries, so Marcus Smith helps to do so. But George Ford adds the more control, potentially better goal kicking, which I can understand. There's potentially the sort of mindset for Borthwick to have Danny Care and Marcus Smith on the bench. You can bring them on both at the same time, bring the sort of Harlequins ethos. If we're training in a game, those two will really help up the speed of ball and increase the tempo. Bertrand and Santiago Carreras, the Newcastle fly half, is on good form. He's just an incredible player to watch. Very gifted, talented rugby player. Will be much more attacking than George Ford, I'd like to think. And it'll be good entertaining with some good box kicking and all sort of game management from Bertrand. Moving into the centres, Tuolangi partners Marchant. This seems to be Steve Borthwick's sort of go-to centre partnership. Tuolangi with the sort of the aggression and then the fight to break tackles in the midfield, with Marchant potentially having a little bit more pace. I'm not a massive fan of this combination. I don't believe they complement each other too much. I prefer to see Daly in the 13 jersey, but I can understand it. Lucia Cinti for Argentina in the centres, the London Irish player who has obviously, unfortunately, the club's folded, but he is one hell of a rugby player, very talented, great pace and evasive running, which will mean England centres will have to watch out. Moving on to the dangerous back 3 of Argentina, you've got Mateo Carreras. Now, this is probably the fastest, strongest, most just evasive runner on the pitch. Incredible footwork for Newcastle, being one of the top try scorers in the Gallagher Premiership. Phenomenal player. Boffelli, number 14 instead of his 15 jersey on his back. Boffelli, incredible goal kicking, probably the best goal kicker on the pitch. And he's just phenomenal. From long range, from short range, he can really strike a ball sweetly. I'm not too sure. Malia is at fullback, so I'm not too sure about this player. I haven't had a lot of time watching him, so if you do know a little bit about him, leave that in the comments and I'll have a little read. Onto the England back 3, you've got Elliot Daly, Johnny May and Freddie Stewart. Now, Johnny May, same as Alex Mitchell, as of probably 10 days ago, wasn't even in the Rugby World Cup squad. So look, Johnny May's sort of been the bolter, not really been in form at club level, but he showed a good finish against Fiji in England's last game. So look, he does potentially deserves his spot. Elliot Daly on the left wing had injury trouble throughout the season, but he comes back into to the wing. I mean, I'm not sure if it's his best position. I'll probably say centre's his best position for Saracens, but he gets in on the wing ahead of Henry Arundel. Freddie Stewart at fullback, as expected. Security under the high ball will be very important in this game. So look, this game's shaping up to be an explosive encounter with both teams really needing to win the game. Not necessarily to top the pool, but just to get out of the pool, because you've got the likes of Samoa in the pool, which if England lose to this game, like, the pressure piles on. Will they beat Samoa? You'd like to think so, but anything can happen, and Samoa run Ireland really close, so look, anything can happen. A couple players on the bench to look out for, as I've mentioned, Kerr and Smith upping the tempo. George Martin for England in the second row is the replacement option, which is slightly surprising considering I probably favour Dave Ribbons, but he gets his shot, and Ollie Lawrence is looking to come on and add impact in the second half for England. Now, the last game that the last encounter these two teams had was in, I think, November 2022, with Argentina beating England at home for the first time in their history with a 30-29 win. So Argentina will be looking to replicate that and get another one up on England. Now, if Argentina were to win this game, it'd be revenge from the last World Cup, in which England were comfortable winners. But it's fair to say that this England team is just a shell of its former self. So look, I'm really looking forward to this game. The bookies have it straight down the middle. They don't know who's going to win the game. I think they're slightly leaning towards England, but look, this is completely up for grabs. I'm very nervous. I'm not sure which way it's going to go. If I had to give my own prediction, I would say Argentina by 3. That's my honest prediction based upon form, but maybe I'm not accounting for the size of the game that England will turn up for. But let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll make sure I read and reply to them all, and hopefully enjoy the game. And fingers crossed I'm replying in an analysis video with an England victory on Saturday. So thank you very much for watching.